Turn me up. This is
coming to you from the heart of the Pacific, brought to you by Paulie by Design.
respected at all times.
Broadcasting from San Francisco, California, the city by the bay.
It's about to go down.
We shine on positive Pacific Islander role models every Sunday.
Party on a Sunday.
From 10 a.m. to noon, it's time for the iconic Faika podcast with your hosts,
Listening to
Naki and Carl.
What's up, Naki?
What's up, Carl?
Showtime.
No.
Are we ready?
We're ready.
For season 5, episode 31.
Yeah.
It only took us 5 seasons and 30 episodes, and now we can actually say it and not have to ask each other, what episode is it? So today is Juneteenth. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Nini's graduation party that you attended yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to talk about a ton of PBD stuff in our check-ins and our community programs and vaccination. And that is our show today. I'm sure that we'll turn that into an hour worth of fun.
We hope. One can only hope. Hey, good morning. Thanks for tuning in this morning. We have Maury checking in on Facebook. Good morning, my
Good
Maury.
morning, Maury.
Yesterday, well, first of all, happy Father's Day to Carl and all the fathers out there.
Thank you.
To my Mo, who's at home snoring. We let him sleep in today. So
poor
we
man.
let him sleep
That
in
poor,
today.
poor
Nobody
man.
woke him up to, hey, have you seen my blah, blah, blah? No, I refrained from doing that.
So what do you do in the Molly house for Father's Day?
For Father's Day, the kids cook Mo dinner. And they used to have a
Burger contest, right?
hamburger cook-off where everybody would create their own burger, and Mo would
try to figure out which one was Malia's.
well, yeah, he would try to figure out which one was Malia's, really, and the one that he liked the best would win. That's the contest. So they used to do that. I think now they just he'd always pick Malia anyway, no matter what she made. So now they just cook dinner.
I gave up on that. Malia always wins.
Oh, she always wins. She's the baby. So this morning I got up and Mac and Kea spent the night, and they were chopping up potatoes and whatever else. So they started cooking. And so, they every year they cook or we go to dinner or whatever, but Mo gets to rest all day. So that's a good thing.
Oh, looks like we're headed to your house after the show.
Yeah. Come on over. So, that is Father's Day. We're just, thank you to all the dads who are good to their babies and the mama. So there you go. Yesterday, if you didn't know, I don't think I posted anything, but yesterday I went to Nini Anuai's high school graduation party. It was right here in my backyard, and not my backyard, but literally around the corner from my house. And she is Manufo and Ryan Anuai's youngest daughter. And so she was the last baby to graduate. And it was a very nice party put together. I seen the whole Pacifica United Collaborative.
Awesome.
Pastor Sweetie Williams blessed the food. Pastor Tangata, Sweetie Tangata closed it out. I seen Ana Mahina from San Francisco, Tongans Rise Up. Cree from All My Usos, Mama Sil from Fautasi. It was good to see a lot of people. I seen Charlie, who has his festival every August. We talked. He's gonna come on the show.
You got a guest.
He's gonna be a guest.
Always working, Naki.
Yeah, I know. Mo was like, take your mic. And the girls were like, no, you're a guest. Stop working one day and enjoy yourself. So I left the mic at home. And so, there was tons and tons of people there. Nani Wilson, who was with Asian American Recovery Services.
We're trying to chase her down for a show.
I know. So, yes, she said, I'll let you know. And then I know her better. No. But, she was busy yesterday. Oh, gosh, who else was there? Of course, Sam and Flo Masoli. And so, yeah, Melody. Good morning, Melody, who's checking in from Facebook, is wishing.
Masani,
Yes, says Happy Father's Day. Our Leah Poasa is watching. Happy Father's Day, Carl.
thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Leah. And so, yeah, it was a great day. Commissioner Faunga Molinga was there with his fiance Ruby and their son. It was just, gosh, it was tons and tons of people. It was a great party. The weather was nice. The food was amazing. I love food. So that was my everything.
Not surprising it'd be a huge turnout for all the things that the Anawa'i family does for the community.
Yeah, well, they had two family parties yesterday. That hall was packed, and they said half of them went to one party and the other one went to the other party. So it was really, really, really a lot of people there. And so, what else happened? I guess I think it's my first gathering. I mean, officially since California opened up June 15th, the state is wide open. And so, a lot, I don't know how I'm feeling about, I mean, I'm okay with it. Like some people are not ready and, CDC says you don't have to wear your mask if you're vaccinated. And I still encourage you to wear your mask because you don't really know who is vaccinated. It's not stamped on your forehead. So, and you just never know.
Yeah, and I think the anti-vaxxers aren't going to wear a mask no matter what, right?
Right,
Because they don't believe in it. So
Right.
just because somebody doesn't have a mask doesn't necessarily
Right.
mean they're vaccinated, because you don't know.
Yeah, you just don't know. And, our immune systems are compromised. So we try to be safe as possible, stay safe, and keep our family safe. Good morning, Lena Manduleleua, who
Good
is
morning,
checking
Lena.
in. Wishes you a happy Father's Day. Thank you, Lena.
Thank you.
So yeah, I'm a little, I don't know, but everybody wore their mask at the party. And then of course, when we took pictures, we put our masks down, and then a lot of people were comfortable enough. Manufo actually said she asked everybody to get tested before coming to the party. And, I get tested every week, and I just got my second shot of, was that this week?
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Definitely
Oh my gosh.
this week.
Tuesday, I got the second shot, and I was like, oh, I'm good. And then I get home later on in the evening, I had the chills. And then the next day I woke up and I was like, I had the chills, I had a fever, it just wasn't feeling good. So I didn't go to work. And then I woke up the next day and I felt a lot better
On Thursday.
And so I said, I got to get up and get out, because I feel like if I keep laying around or if I baby it, I'm going to be stuck in bed. So I got up and went to work. So I'm glad I'm vaccinated. I had to wait 3 months after I actually had COVID to get the shot. Moderna. Is it Moderna?
Moderna.
Yeah, Moderna. And so Mena and I got vaccinated on Tuesday. She had a little chills, but after that she was fine. So my whole family is vaccinated. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. It's taken a minute for me, so I'm glad. You have to wait also because of your radiation treatment. So yeah, so it'll be a little minute for you.
Yeah. So actually on that note, this week I had a doctor's appointment because I had to get some prescriptions refilled because the prescription had expired. So I ended up on a telemedicine appointment with my doctor on Tuesday or Wednesday. I can't remember which. But on Thursday, I went to my pharmacy to go get my prescriptions. And
oh yeah, tell that story.
And you don't know who's vaccinated, who isn't. And I don't know. And honestly, I don't know the rules. I just wear my mask, right?
Yeah.
So if I'm going to the grocery store right now, regardless of what the governor has said or what color we're all at or whatever, I just wear the mask.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to try to figure it out.
Right.
So I go into the pharmacy, and there's two windows that they wait on people. Both those windows are occupied. So there's two customers that are at the counter being helped, and then there's myself and an older gentleman in front of me in line, and we're 6 feet apart, and he has no mask, and I don't even notice that he doesn't have a mask, right? I'm just standing there waiting for my turn in line, and he's looking at me like looking at me, putting his mug on me, just wrinkling his face. And it's an older gentleman, because somebody my age, I probably would have said I probably would ask him a question. But He's an older gentleman, so I'm just kind of trying to avoid it. And then he said, "Oh, because you have a mask on mean you didn't get the vaccine?" And the way that he said it was like you made a bad decision.
Mhm.
Like that's just the way that it came across. And I was irritated at that point. I said, "Oh, you're smart, aren't you?" "Yeah, that means I didn't get the vaccine." And then he says, "Can I ask you a question?" And that's a rhetorical question, right? I didn't even answer if he could ask me a question. He just asked.
Right.
He said, "Why didn't you get the vaccine?" And at that point, I'm irritated.
Right.
And so I just said, "Look, I'm stage 4. I have stage 4 cancer. I'm in treatment. I just completed radiation treatment. My oncologist wants me to wait to get the vaccine to see what the effects of the radiation treatment is." And his face just fell. And immediately I went from being irritated to feeling sorry for him because he's had tears in his eyes. He said, "I'm so sorry." He apologized right away. And then he said, "My wife died of cancer." And he said, I was out of line. "I'm sorry. I apologize." And I was like, "Hey, no apology needed. Um, your wife, I'm sure, is still with you." And if we could have hugged each other at that point, we probably would have. And I just came away with that, that same understanding of like, we don't know anybody's stories.
Right.
I don't know why
Right.
you act the way you act, or you have a mask or don't have a mask. Like, I don't know anybody's stories. And that's why I don't judge. I try not to judge. I'm human. So I'm going to have I might have preconceived notions or
Right.
something, but I'm going to keep those to myself.
Right.
I would never ask somebody, those kind of questions. And, he was the guy who was horrified. Like he wished he had not said what he said.
Oh, wow.
And had
That's
I known
awful.
that his wife had died of cancer, I probably wouldn't even have brought it up. But you just don't know people's stories.
You don't know
So
people's
don't be
stories.
judgy.
Yeah, don't be judgy. And good for you for not that. If that was me, I'd have went off. I'm like, "Come get me from jail." But yeah, it's kind of rude for him to
It
even
is rude.
say that. And I don't know what's the word I'm looking for. Like, what makes you think you can say that to me? You know what I mean? Like, you
Right.
fuck.
Yeah, it was like, why do you think you're entitled to that
Right.
information?
There you
Like,
go.
I watch a ton of
Like the entitlement. That's what it is. That
it's a sense of
pisses me off.
entitlement.
Yes.
Like you're some kind of regulator. Like who made you
Yes.
Rayleigh's sheriff?
Right.
Like
Yes. Like why do you think you're entitled to this?
To know,
It's
right?
none of your business, first of all, but whatever. But I'm glad you told him, so it put him in his place, and now he knows not to be so judgmental. Like,
yeah. I felt really bad for him.
I
did.
don't. I don't.
He was
There you go.
he had tears in his eyes, and he was remembering his wife.
Well,
And
he
lost his wife to cancer. So that standing aside of being out of pocket in a line at a pharmacy,
right.
I feel bad for the way that he ended up feeling. But again, it's just a reminder to everybody. Don't judge.
Yes, exactly. And it probably shook him. You know what I mean? Like, oh man, I'm sorry. And he probably all kinds of memories and things that he was going through with his wife just came flooding back.
And he was like, he was completely like, I'm out. I was out of line. I'm so sorry. Like he was the only word I could use to describe it was horrified. Like he was like, oh my God, what did I just do?
Yeah.
And yeah, like I mean, it's COVID, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to give him a hug, but it was one of those, like I feel like giving somebody a hug and telling them your wife's still with you. She still walks with you and all those kind of things. So yeah, I felt bad. What else? So this week we had posted information on the vaccine and opening up, and we posted on our social media, and I don't know where it went, but a whole bunch of non-Pacific Islanders went in on us on the Facebook page, and it was the same thing. I just kept saying, hey, have a blessed day. Yeah. We love you. This is information. You can make your own decisions. Yeah. And they were like, I mean,
They
going
were like,
in
F
on
you
sorry your mom,
and your
doing
mama this.
jokes, and I was,
Bad ones too. Bad ones, by the way. You need to pick up your mama jokes. Like,
yeah, that's like
yeah, we
on
from the hood, so
schoolyard.
we'd have killed you with the mama jokes. you don't want none of this. You don't want these problems. But I was like,
So we took the high road. Poly by
right,
Design took the high road.
yes,
We just
we
asked
did.
for God's blessings and told people it is definitely your right to choose.
Yeah,
And
it definitely is your right to choose. But
Yeah.
and really that flyer that I posted was geared for Pacific Islanders.
Yeah, I don't know where Facebook sent it. That's really on Facebook because there were none of those. I recognized none of the
those
names.
people were
and
Pacific
they weren't
Islanders.
Pacific Islander, and so I think that I don't know about defense, but
Right.
it ended up on people's news feeds that have no idea who Poly by Design is.
Right. And so I think I just needed to reword the caption. So I reworded the caption for Pacific Island. It's really, we're doing this for Pacific Islanders to get vaccinated or to do your research.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? We're not forcing you to, we're not telling you not to, we're not telling you to give it. We are kind of telling you
give
to
you the information to
Yeah.
make an informed decision.
There you go.
We just want to provide as much information as
that
possible.
information came from the state who does whatever. Just we're trying to give you as much information as we can. Of course, we're expecting you to do your own research, but those people came off the wall. And then first I was like, go get him, Carl. Go, because I can't. Like I was ready to middle finger emojis all over the place with that. I was like, yeah. Then at a point we were like, it's not worth it. And then at one point I wanted to take it down because I just don't like that bad energy. And, those people, like they were angry.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, it's serious, but it's not that serious. You don't even know what our page is about. You don't know that this is not for you. You know what I mean? So I was like, ugh, these people are irritating.
One of the guys, he actually posted, I don't know if it was it was Mother F with an asterisk mark. And I screenshotted, I learned that from Naki. Naki screenshots everything. And then, I screenshot it and just saved it. Yeah, terms of service, like whatever, if he continues to harass us, I was going to, send it to Facebook and have him blocked from our page or whatever. And then I went back and I didn't even respond to that. I went back and he deleted the comment wasn't there. And I was like, you messed up.
Why? What did he say?
He was cursing. And he was, he was saying worse things than the mother things.
Oh,
like,
I missed that.
Die,
I want
and
to
all
see
that
that
kind of stuff.
Did he really?
Yeah.
That is so rude.
I screenshotted that and saved it in Evernote. And then I went back and I screenshotted the mother jokes and all that kind of stuff. Just being, I don't know. They were weak jokes. I mean, if they're good jokes, I never heard them before.
No, come on, people.
Give me some new material.
Right.
I'm good. I'll steal that and use it myself. But that's stuff that like ninth grade, that's like freshman, sophomore
really
year
was
kind of mama jokes.
It really, yeah, man, we're from the hood, dude. You're going to come with mama jokes. You don't want these problems. Let me just put it out there. You do not want these problems. I'm nice and proper right now, but you want to do mama jokes? Let's go.
You know how I know it didn't go to the Poly by Design groups? Because I was thinking actual names of some of the people that follow us going, oh, if so-and-so sees this, they're going to come in and smash these guys.
Yeah, and I was a little worried. That's why I was thinking of taking it down. I was like, because if our regular followers, and it probably didn't even hit their page.
Right.
I'm like, if our regular followers like Maury and Yvette get a grip of you, like you did.
It's all bad.
Yeah. Then we would have went back and there would have been like 6,000 comments.
Then we would have took it down.
Then I would have took it down.
Yeah, that. And I was thinking, man, if some of the people that I'm thinking of right now get a hold of this, it's going to go all bad in here, and we're going to end up taking it down.
Yeah.
But that's how I know that it didn't, because it wouldn't have went good. So that was two examples of just killing people with kindness. I mean, the guy in the pharmacy, and then Trolley Troll guy on Facebook.
Yeah, that was a killer for me. I had bad vibes from it because I honestly don't like negativity on our page. Like I normally delete it. And then I posted a picture of me and my vaccine card. Yeah, Melody's like, we roll up on them. No, girl, no, girl. I posted a picture of me and my vaccine card, and just and why I posted and da da da. And some guy said, "Rest in peace," and nobody asked anyway. And I was like, oh my God, a troll, an actual troll. And so I tell Carl, but I laughed when I seen it. It was so funny to me because I was like, I'm not telling you to go get vaccinated. I'm telling you that I did and why I did because my immune system is compromised. I had cancer, I had COVID, everything God has thrown at me, I have won the battle. So I was just like, that is funny to me that you would say rest in peace. And I was like, all kinds of things try to kill me. Your comment is not going to do it. So I just deleted it and I sent it to Carl and I was like, I deleted it first and then sent it because you would have went off. And then I was like, let me just get rid of this. And had Maury seen it again, if Maury would have seen that comment, that person would have been banned from whatever social media that he was on. So I was just like, this is not even worth it. So
yeah, I would have responded to that guy not as poly by design.
Right.
Myself.
Yeah. So good morning to Brother George the Plama. Pacific Vibes is up this morning. Go check him up. Check him out every Tuesday and Friday. He goes live. Who else? Ono Sanchez.
Oh.
Good morning, Ono. She says,
Good
happy
morning, Ono.
Father's Day. She's checking in on
Thank you so
Facebook.
much.
Jordan Fihaki, Wayfinder.
How about that?
Oh my
Jordan
God,
Fihaki,
so funny.
Check that out
and,
right there.
Carl has your t-shirt on, so thank you so much. And happy Father's Day.
Yeah.
Philofani, happy Father's Day, Carl.
Thank you.
So thank you, everyone. My mama is on. Good morning, Mom. Happy Father's Day from Yvette. Yeah, I mean, good morning, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. And the well wishes, we were talking about, trolls. So she's another one, Yvette. If Yvette would have seen that troll, she'd have went off. So I'm kind of glad that people did not see or didn't get the feed of all the crazy people. So yeah. What else happened? What else?
Let's see. Now, Oppo, we're headed to New Orleans.
We're
Your
New
first trip.
New Orleans.
Not New Orleans. Well, you can be New Orleans if you're not from there.
Yeah.
But nobody from New Orleans calls it New Orleans.
Yeah. I'm going to New Orleans at the end of the month for Naopo, which is
the National Association
of Pacifica Organizations. So it's
Na meaning many
and Oppo meaning
embrace.
Yeah. Many embraces. So that we're going to New Orleans at the end of the month. I'm excited. It's my first trip out there.
First trip to the Big Easy.
We're gonna eat everything and then go to
the French Quarter.
Yes.
Mackey's first trip.
And I'm going to go to the oldest bar.
Lafitte's.
The oldest bar.
Continuous operating bar in North America.
How about that? So I will take a picture from there because I'm so excited. That's one of my many.
Open in the 1700s.
Look at that. So I'll be there and Carl will be there and the whole Naopo team will be there. So I'm excited to go to New Orleans. Snacky with Nacky round 14 has started this week. Thank you so much. We're almost at $300. So thank you for everyone that's donated their 50 cents. See how your 50 cents will bless somebody. Good morning. Sis Damona is on. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there.
Happy Father's Day to Carlos.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going to New Orleans at the end of the month. I apologize if I didn't say that correctly. I'm going to actually have some beignets in New Orleans. So
gator sausage.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to have gator sausage though.
I gotta have gator.
All right. I'll try that.
Don't do the fried.
Don't do everything fried. I'm going to have every seafood that they cook there. Oh, I can't wait. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. So, that's what we're up to.
That's an update.
That's an update.
By Design's
a little update. But I really, really am looking forward. And we're probably going to go live there 50 million times. And so, yeah, I'm excited for that. How was your week?
that was my week. My week was doing a lot of Poly by Design stuff.
Mhm.
My boss was on vacation, so I ended up doing some things for him, and man, was it a busy week. It
Yeah,
was
you were crazy busy.
filled with lots and lots and lots of great stuff.
Tons.
And at the end of the week, I was like, man, I could, how do I look at this? How does this is for me, not to me? And yesterday, let me back up. One of the things that made it busy is so we have this accountability meeting in
Mhm.
the Johnson home on Thursday nights.
Mhm.
And thank you to my son Nainoa for grabbing me because I was headed to bed.
Oh,
I mean, I was going to skip that and sneak off to bed. And he walks out of his room, and I gave him a hug goodnight, and he goes, "Oh, no meeting." And so I turned around, went back to the couch, sat down, and we had the meeting, and I'm happy that we did that. So we talk about things that are important to us. We tell each other, what's important to me and what am I trying to get done in my life.
Mhm.
And then we try to hold each other accountable through the week. So through text messages or, hey, passing in the house or just having conversations. Now I know what Nainoa wants to get done. I know what time Atua wants to get done. I know what Nicole wants to get done. So holding people accountable, and part of it's just speaking it, right?
Right.
Like if you got a goal and you don't tell anybody, then there's no jeopardy to not
Right,
doing it.
right.
Like you can just quit doing it and nobody
Nobody
knows.
knows, yeah.
Knows versus speaking it out to everybody, and everybody knows what your goal is. So
Mhm.
we're trying to share that in the house and share the responsibility and help each other get what they want. So one of mine is learn my Samoan language.
Oh, yeah,
and so I am enrolled in the beginner class again in Mato Samoa with Will Fanene. And the first class where we were going over the alphabet and things, I was like, maybe I should have taken the intermediate piece. And then now I'm picking up, now that we're moving into like deeper into the sentence structure,
Mhm.
doing it a second time has made a lot of the things. It's the same instruction with different exercises. I'm learning more this time around of basics of sentence structure and things that are going to help me build the language. So I'm excited for that, and that's a shout out to Will.
Good.
He's so patient.
Awesome.
Class goes from 6 to 7, and I got off at like 7:30, and he was still answering questions, working through what's this and how's that and how do you say this. He's just, he is truly dedicated to helping people learn the language.
That's awesome.
He's not 6 to 7 and off at 7. If you got anything, email me. No, he was still going when I got off. He's completely available for help. And if you've taken a class, then you get the password to future classes. So this class is, I'm able to sit through this class because I paid for one that started in January of last year. So
you have access to
I have access
video
to the future classes. So this class now I'm able to participate in because I had attended a previous class. He's really committed to getting people to learn a language. And if you learn, again, we've said this before, but if you learned English first and you're trying to learn Samoan, Will is the way to go. You learn Samoan in the home. It's different. Because it's like how I learned English: sentence structure, noun, verb, predicates, all those kind of things. That makes sense to me because that's how I learned English. If I was if I learned it in the home, it might be different. That format may not make sense. But Mato Samoa, go check him out.
Yeah, awesome. I love Will. He's doing a great job. I just I need to take that class, but I didn't even like English when I was in school. So I didn't pay attention then. So the sentence structure thing doesn't work for me, but it works for a lot of people.
Yeah,
and maybe if I should take the class and maybe it'll click, something will click, because that usually happens when we took Tama's class, the Samoan language class at 2-6. A lot of things clicked for me during that. So never say never.
Yeah, that's so. Things that the exercises we're doing now after the class are really helping. So I'm walking through my house and I've picked 20 items.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing anything other than saying a cup, some cups.
Yeah.
Those cups. A book, some books.
Right.
Those books. These books. You know what I mean? That's it. I'm not doing anything between now and the next class. And so I'm confident by the time I get to the next class, if I do this every day, when we get there and he wants to build on top of noun phrases next week, I'll be fine.
Yeah,
You know what I
see
mean?
that kind of noun phrase, that kind of.
But you can say a cup and cups, right?
Right.
Oleipu, oipu.
Yeah.
Right. So that's it. That's all that I'm doing at
Yeah,
this
that's
point.
awesome. And I think you have learned a lot. I think you're from when we first met to now, like you know more Samoan than most of our family. Yes,
but
yeah, you do. And your sentence structure, like you're learning the correct way to say things. Where if there's a Samoan way of ebonics, that's what I have. That's how I have it. But yeah, we have Daisha who's checking in from Texas.
Daisha,
Yes.
Texas,
Yeah.
home of Juneteenth.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
Happy Juneteenth, everybody.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
I did see a lot of people post about Juneteenth, and that now so I go to work on Friday, and I get off at 2:30, and then later on in the afternoon, our boss sends us a thing saying, "Hey, Juneteenth is a federal holiday. You'll be off tomorrow." I'm at work. It was 6 a.m. in the morning on Friday, and I was like, "Man, you sent this email after I left."
Oh, it was 4 a.m. when
Yeah.
they sent it?
No, it was 4 p.m.
4 p.m.
when my boss sent us
Oh,
an
the
email.
night before. I got you.
Yeah. Oh, Tama's on. Good morning, Tama.
Oh, good morning, Tama.
I'm available for questions in the Samoan language. I love him.
He taught the language at Stanford.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's a
Awesome.
true Samoan linguist.
Yes. And that's where I learned a lot of,
Right.
Yes, of the culture,
Mhm.
the proper way, and the meanings of things that really rang a bell.
Hopefully we get a chance to see that in that same form, because when Tama was doing it, he was doing 1 hour in language and then 1 hour in culture.
Yes.
So the first hour was language, sentence structure, all those kind of things. And why do you say it this way versus that way from a cultural standpoint?
Yeah.
And then the second hour was CEs.
Yeah.
And like it was the culture. Like
Yeah.
where do you sit in the following? Those kind of things. That was so interesting. It's fascinating to me to sit through that.
Because I took his class, like before I would go to functions and a Matai would get up and talk for, I don't know, a good 15, 20 minutes. I had no idea what they were saying. And I would ask Mo, my husband, who is fluent, what are they saying? And he would say, he'd go, oh, they're just saying thank you. I go, for 15 minutes? They're saying thank you? And he's like, yeah, but they're describing, what are they using?
They're orators, right?
Orators,
So
adjectives, and all kinds of, look at me, adjectives and descriptions of, the moon, the skies have opened up because of your presence. They're doing that. So now when Matai speak at function, I'm trying to pay attention. I'm listening to the words, and then I go, oh, they are saying thank you the long way, the long version of thank you. So I really enjoy that. I learned that Tama has taught me that. He's taught me a lot of the culture and explanations of why we have the coconut and why there's $1 on the Coke bottle, so it's awesome.
I got a picture of him with a 6-foot long ava in front of the class.
Yeah.
And then he was explaining, the full meaning of, where it comes from. The root, how it's prepared, and then how it's delivered and how it's handed to people. It was like that's gotta happen again.
Yeah.
I mean, that was such an amazing class.
It was such an amazing class.
There was longtime native speakers that I would hear go, oh,
yes,
I had no idea why I said it that way, or I've been saying it incorrectly for a long time.
So it was a really good class. I really enjoyed it. And so, so Friday I get to work and they tell me it's a federal holiday, and I was like, I'm out.
So you just turn around and go home?
I can go. Yes. So you're telling me you can stay and get a holiday, a floater, an extra floater, or you can go. Yeah, I was out. Yeah, bye. So apparently it's a federal holiday, and I
didn't even know what Juneteenth was.
You didn't know?
I did not know.
Oh, wow.
I didn't know till this year. And to me, it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me because of when the Emancipation Proclamation was made, was January in 1863.
Yeah.
So when I was saying like June, I'm like, what is this June date? Like that was spoken months before.
Right.
And I had to look it up.
They don't teach you that.
Right.
They don't teach you that in school.
Right.
They teach you it's pretty much not our history, right?
Well, it's kind of so, and I was thinking about that. Like, how did I learn American history in my history class? And I learned that, Emancipation Proclamation was like January 1st, 1863.
Right.
And then slaves were freed. And they moved on to like,
Yeah.
I don't know, they moved on to like the 1812. Like the
Right.
next thing I remember in history was the War of 1812. They don't talk about anything other than, well, he said slaves are freed. Juneteenth kind of accentuates the fact that even though the words were spoken, slavery wasn't officially abolished in Texas until June 19th, 1863. So now I understand it. And I understand that on reading it, that it was celebrated the very next year in Texas. It was celebrated by African Americans.
Right.
So yeah, good piece of history. I'm listening to audiobooks on like the African Holocaust, Captain not Cook, Christopher Columbus, and I listened to a couple books about Captain Cook as well, and big differences between. I didn't know Christopher Columbus's past history before he came to America. His history in the slave trade in Africa. I wasn't aware of that until I read the book that I'm reading right now.
Yeah, a lot of things that I learned in school, I find out later that it's you really have to pay attention of who's telling the story.
Right.
So it's their point of view of what happened compared to the truth, right?
History is written mainly from the perspective of the quote winners,
Right?
Because they're the ones. If they won, quote unquote, then they're going to be the ones writing the words.
Right. And so I learned a lot of the history is apparently not.
It's inaccurate.
There you go.
I mean,
that's the word. I was like,
yeah. Well, it's hard. It's hard because you think about, so Europeans, when they got to Africa, they first reported civilized society. They have culture. They have art. They have language. They have all these things. That's how they described them when they first landed. In 50 years, that story changes to heathens, uncivilized, barbaric, because they need to enslave these people.
Right.
So they can't enslave people that are civilized and have art and culture and language and these vast cities. You can't do that. That's would be, quote, bad. So you rewrite it and say, oh, they're animals and we need to enslave them, bring them closer to Christianity. But you don't hear that part, right?
Yeah.
You just hear they brush over the different positions that the colonizers have had with people of color.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go. It's a federal holiday now. I got a day off. Thank you very much. But we need the government to do more, like do more than just make Juneteenth a federal holiday. But that's a whole different story. That's a whole different show. So yeah, is it time for a break?
Oh, I'm sure it's past time for a break. We have our check-ins as like 15 minutes on our agenda, and we always go half an hour
I know.
Because it's called the Faika Kala Show.
So we're going to go to break, and then we're just going to take a short break. We'll be right back. You're listening to the Faika broadcast. We're going to go with Lomez Brown, Sweet Lover. I love this song. I'm Naki. That's Carl. We'll be right back.
Sweet love, dominate this on your microphone. Falling in love. Y'all ready for this? Falling in love. Yeah, I've been up and down, trying to find my way. Failing relationships seem to be my thing. Now I'm giving up, I don't wanna try. Cause every woman be playing with my mind. Tell me, mommy, why are you so mysterious? What's so different, beautiful, so innocent? Straight up, you be my flavor, baby. Be real, pretty woman, just don't face me. Sweet love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love. love. I'm with you, girl, I just can't deny. Sweet in love. Oh, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, oh yeah. Falling in love. Oh, you see now one and one is two. Two, just like me and you. Three, watch me carefully. See me eyes now? Yes. Ooh, I hope you feeling me. Tell me that I'm right. Cause I don't wanna be a lonely man tonight. Your personality, so damn sophisticated. But I can match you, girl. Just let me demonstrate it. See, I like a woman who is strong, so independent. Someone who knows just what you want. And she educated. Well, take a second, take a minute, take your time. Cause I've been waiting all my life to make you mine. Sweet in love, and won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, I'm with you, girl, I just can't deny. Sweet in love, and won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, yeah. Falling in love. See now one and one is two, two. Just like me and you, three. Watch me carefully. Ain't nobody else do it like me. I've been trying to write it up. Can you harmonize my song? What's so much drama's in my life? I can't go on. So can you take my soul? Can you take my heart? So me don't wanna go fussing or fighting. Me I wanna fresh start. Oh, girl, look into my life. Can you see yourself beside me? Or is this just another sweet love fantasy? Sweet love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, I'm with you, girl, I just can't deny. Sweet love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, with you, girl, I just can't deny. Sweet love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, with you, girl, I just can't deny. Sweet love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, oh yeah. Falling in love, so now one is two, just like me.
And we're back. You're listening to the Faika broadcast. I'm Naki. With me, as always, is Carl.
Good morning. Good morning.
You were listening to Sweet Lover. I actually really love that song. And I always say Lomas Brown. It possibly, I may be mistaken. It could be Loams Brown. But, you know, but no disrespect. I love that song. So there you go.
That's the important part.
That's the important part, that I love the song. So, so thank you for creating that song. Hopefully I'll get the correct enunciation.
A happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there.
Yes.
And the mothers that do both mother and father role.
Right.
Plenty of those.
Right. So, Essence of Mana?
Essence of Mana is offering free classes via Zoom. They're reaching out to our PI community. It doesn't matter where you live. You just got to be willing to commit to the course, which is 12 weeks long. For more information or to register, you can hit up Lulu Masina at 415-243-6328 or El Masina at healthright360.org.
I know. I also wanted to put out there that if you have any requests or would like to be a guest on the Faika broadcast, please send an email to the Faika podcast, all one word, no space, at polybydesign.com.
What's that address again?
The Faika podcast at polybydesign.com. Which we might have to change our email soon.
I was just thinking that.
Yeah, I was like, I think we're changing our email soon. We have Koviki Talk, which we're on season 2, episode 2, which is happening tomorrow at 5 p.m. One of our guests, or the guest tomorrow, is Dr. Tai Fatleava. We're going to be talking about mental health during.
I love the way that sounds. Dr. Fatleava.
Fatleava is our guest tomorrow at 5 p.m. Right here on our Facebook. And you can also watch it on YouTube. We go live on YouTube. Are we live on YouTube right now? Yes, we're live on YouTube right now.
Simultaneously. PBD can finally do two things at once.
Right. Look at us. Thanks to our team Mena. PBD.
PBD will always be PBD, right?
Yes.
No matter what.
No matter what.
Will be PBD.
Yes.
The P may stand for a different thing, and it will stand for a different thing very soon.
Right.
We're rebranding. We're getting a new logo. We will have a new logo for the Faika podcast as well, because the base logo for PBD will be different. It's going to say Pacifica by Design,
right?
So that we are we're inclusive anyway.
We're inclusive
in practice,
yes.
But the name and the seal, the American Samoa seal, that could be seen, and we've had that question before, where guests that end up coming on the show have said initially, like, "Yeah, I'd love to come on your show, but you know, I'm not Polynesian, right?" And that's on us, right? That's on us because we have a Polynesian seal on there, and we have Poly by Design in the name. So PBD still stands, and we may end up actually rebranding fully to just PBD, but we are going to change our logo, and we're going to change our name and our charter and our all those kind of things to reflect Pacifica by Design, because we're about all people of the Pacific, not just Polynesians.
And we always say,
Pacifica people, PI,
Pacific
community.
Islander, we're inclusive anyway, but now we're making our logo and our company name inclusive. We're still Poly by Design, but we'll be doing business as Pacifica by Design.
So the spirit of PBD doesn't change at all.
Yes.
And I think that, from the beginning when we made the name, we weren't necessarily thinking that we're only going to speak to or push and promote positive Polynesian role models.
Right.
We started off with, PI role models. So from the beginning, it was Pacifica, but, sometimes you got to change the logo, you got to change the name in the paperwork, got to change the name of the website, all those kind of things. Important things for us to do. We are in the process of that now. We believe we have our new logo, which is our logo with Poly by Design, but now Poly by Design says Pacifica by Design. Which will change our Faika podcast logo. So we'll have to change some of the imaging on Apple Podcast, Google Play, all the different places, our banner on YouTube, all those kind of things. But technical things in practice and in spirit, we're all about all Pacifica peoples.
Yes. So there you go. Good morning to Teresa. Sister Teresa is on. Happy Sabbath Day. Happy Father's Day again to everyone. I'm sorry. I got thrown off. I was reading her message. Yeah.
Such a happy Father's Day that you lost yourself.
Yeah.
Think about all the fathers out there.
Like with our rebranding, we're really just tweaking our logo just a little bit. But I love it because it stays almost the same. And I love our original logo, the circle image and the birds and the sun and the palm tree. So I'm glad that it's staying
and those are all universal. Seabirds, palm trees, the sun, the ocean. Those are all universal to all Pacifica people.
Right. So if you missed the show earlier, we if you're just tuning in, we had Loams Brown, Sweet Lower. We just came back from that. We're going to New Orleans, whatever. New Orleans. So season 2 of Koviki starts tomorrow. It started last Monday. We're on the 2nd episode. There you go.
Season 2, episode 2. New show, new format, new guests, new topics. We're talking about vaccine. We're all about the vaccine right now. Giving people more information to make a decision.
Yeah.
People don't change their minds. They make new decisions.
Yeah. And a lot of, one of our sponsors is vaccinateall58.com or vaccinateall58.com. You can go there for more information. Really, a lot of people are pushing the, 12-year-old. Now you can vaccinate your 12 years and older. So the big push is trying to get the youngsters vaccinated. We can protect our families and community by helping the eligible young people in our lives get vaccinated. A lot of our elders are getting vaccinated now, and that's we're vaccinating them so that they're protected. And it's not a cure, people. It's just a layer of protection, and so that they don't get the severe symptoms that you can possibly die from. So that we're we want to help our elders. Pacific Islanders have had the worst run with COVID-19, and still still, COVID-19 is still out there. People are still, Pacific Islanders are still passing away from this awful disease. So we just do your research, of course. We are encouraging you to get vaccinated. Also vaccinate your children that are living in these multi-generational homes to protect our grandparents, our aunts, our parents. So that's what we're really working on. And that's what Koviki Talk is pushing this week.
Vaccinate all 58. Which
Vaccinate
stands
all
for,
58.
If you haven't figured that out yet, it stands for all 58 counties in California.
Right. I know.
Vaccinate them all.
I didn't know that. I was like, what is 58? And I finally realized it's all 58 counties of California is what we're shooting for. So for more information on COVID-19 vaccine for young people over the age of 12, vaccinateall58.com. There you go. They do a pay our bills. There you go. So the t-shirt that I'm wearing is from Vision Board, who was gifted to me by the executive director of Epic, Tavai Samwelu, and she got it at Vision Board, which you can find them on IG, the Vision Board official. My earrings are from Three Bird Artistry, who I love. It looks like they're from the Bay Area. Moses Moley, who was on Happy Father's Day, the poly part originally because of your DNA, and the coconut tree was. Thank you, Dad.
This is true.
This is true. It started off. We were, DNA. Our. Go ahead.
Yeah. So we were originally we were thinking we are Polynesian by design.
Right.
Mackie and I are Polynesian by design.
Our design,
our DNA is Polynesian.
Yes.
But that still stands. Pacifica by design. We're Pacifica, through our DNA. So that still stands for
there you go.
all the different groups of the islands. And I think Mose's memory is better than ours.
Way better.
I don't know that I would ever brought that up because I forgot it.
I forgot to.
And my t-shirt that I'm wearing today is from Fearless Wayfinders.
Wayfinders. We love Jordan. Go follow all these people on Instagram, on Facebook, all their social media. We always encourage you to shop Pacifica
first.
So, yes. Shop Pacifica first and, support.
If you don't find something, then go on to Nike or Under Armour or wherever. But
wherever you
there
go.
are plenty of good, and I'm just talking about clothes. I mean, there's plenty of good product out there no matter what you're purchasing. Check it out. Try to find something Pacifica first.
Right. Pacifica first. SEDC is having their, every Saturday they have a vaccine clinic. So go there, 2055 Sunnydale Avenue in San Francisco. All my Usos are having their blood drive July 3rd. Please go to their page and get information. That's where you'll find all the information for their blood drive. I was reminded by Sister Cree yesterday, go.
Is there, so when you were talking to Cree, we're only talking about the blood drive. Are we pushing the barbecue off to 2022?
Yes, their annual barbecue that they have every year in August is postponed because of COVID and the
just uncertainty.
Uncertainties, and just to be safe,
man,
it's pushed off till next year of 2022.
We got to make that a big one. We come back in 2022 because it's going to be the first one since 2019. 2019.
Yeah,
would be the last one that we had.
Yeah.
And what an amazing event that is. So I guess mark the calendar now.
Yes,
it is the second Sunday or second Saturday.
It's usually the third Saturday of
August.
Okay. Yeah. But PIYA is up and running. They just completed their first week, as well as Fautasi. Mama Sil was talking to Mama Sil yesterday, and she said she is at work, and Brother Junior and the rest of Fautasi has been running that program. She said she's so jealous because they get to hang out with the kids and just be around them. PIYA, Pacific Islander Youth Alliance, has started their SCDC. So go to Samoan Community Development Center. They have a waiting list for PIYA. So that's
a
awesome.
Good problem to have.
Yeah, that's a great problem to have. Sister Lynn, Billy Selma is running that along with, Auntie John, Tino, Felice, who else is up? Patsy Tito, of course. Our condolences to the Tito family.
Yes.
Sister Patsy lost her dad this week, who's been ill for a while. So, God bless the Tito family. Thank you so much. PJ is checking in. I think
Good
he's
morning,
in Las
PJ.
Vegas. He's checking in from Las Vegas, Nevada. So good morning, PJ.
Man, the ties to Las Vegas are strong.
Oh, strong.
I
Yeah.
mean, there are a ton of Pacific Islanders.
I know
in
there's
Las
a ton
Vegas.
of Pacific Islanders that have moved out there recently, that have been out there for a while. A lot of people have left California. So, because it's so expensive
It's
here.
expensive. It's getting worse.
It's getting worse. But there's a lot of people that work remote now. So you can really get paid in California and live in Texas and Las Vegas. So it's awesome.
In the mid-90s, when I lived in Hawaii, that was the number one moved place out of the 808. So people were moving out of Hawaii. The number one city that they were moving to was Vegas.
Right. So it's a crazy, amazing time to live in California. Is so expensive. Everybody's moving out and a lot of people are just staying put. We talked to a friend yesterday at Manufo's daughter's graduation party who was living in the Bay Area and couldn't buy a house in the Bay Area and bought a house in Sacramento. So he lives in Sacramento. I think he still works in the Bay Area. So it's crazy how far you have to drive. And that's a 2-hour commute.
And that's Sacramento.
Right.
That's still in California.
Still
if you were going to move to Utah or Nevada, you buy the house even easier. You know what I mean? It's all of California is expensive. San Francisco, LA, places on the peninsula, those are ridiculously that's expensive even for Californians. So that's expensive.
It's a little bit too much, but I'm grateful that I have the opportunity to live where I live, the jobs that provide me the funds to stay here, my babies. I mean, we're all healthy. I'm grateful. I can't complain. I try not to, but I do.
That's human nature.
I try not to, but I do. I do.
We're all going to complain at some point.
Yes.
But if you're living in that spirit of complaining, then that's a problem.
Then there's a problem. You just got to let it go, woo-saw, and move on, which really I do the next day. I'm really good at letting things go. I've learned recently to let things go because of all the things that have happened to me and that I'm blessed to get out of. So I got a good life. How about that? I've got a good life.
Life's magnificent.
Life is magnificent because I waste no minutes. How about that? Double whammy of the Johnson men. So there, I think I've said everything that I had to say. You're going to find us every Monday at 5 p.m. Koviki Talk right here on Facebook, now on YouTube, thanks to our Mena and our Nainoa. Our Tuesday Faika has now actually really turned into midweek Faika.
We're going to move that actually to Wednesday.
To Wednesdays. We're now on at Wednesday at 5 p.m. So that's where you'll find us. Wednesday at 10 a.m. though. If you download the Dash Radio app and search Island City, you can find us at 10 a.m. Island City is run by, Brother Joey and DJ Green. So they're doing a great job there. There's a lot of great programs there. Please download the Dash app, search Island City, and there you go.
Yeah. And so some of the software over there at Dash Radio, they got that curse software. So you can pick whether you have the curse software on, and then, if you were to maybe hear some cursing from somebody on this show.
I don't know where it come from.
It would get bleeped out.
Yeah. So Brother Q over there and DJ Green are doing a great job of the programs there. Coach V is on every Monday. He has Big Oos Radio.
Everybody.
Concrete Jungle. Everybody
loves. What is? Oh no, that's
Island Block. That Everybody Loves Lulu is on every Wednesday, and you find her on YouTube. So Island Block Radio, we love.
Isn't it
Joseph.
A great time right now to be a Pacifica media, right? A media consumer.
Yes.
There's so many different choices out there.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Yeah, if you don't like us, you might like them. If you don't like them, you might like the other ones.
Right.
There's actually a choice out there. You don't just have to pick somebody because they're Pacifica. You can actually pick somebody that's Pacifica that's talking about things that you want to hear about.
Yeah.
or topics or guests or hosts or any of those kind of things, you can find what you want. Same thing, right? Like we said, if you're going to shop for a shirt, shop Pacifica first.
Right.
If you're going to shop media, shop Pacifica first.
There
you don't
you
have to
go.
go straight to Joe Rogan or whoever else. You can listen to Pacifica people too. And
Yeah.
Joe Rogan. I do
Yeah.
both.
There you go.
I'm going to take a quick moment to wish my father a happy Heavenly Father's Day.
Yes.
I can't say enough for the things that he gave me, and thank you for the life that I have.
Yes, awesome. Happy Father's Day, Uncle Nog. Happy Father's Day to my daddy too. Happy Heavenly Father's Day. Crazy man. I just can't even. The stories will just freaking blow you out the water. That man was crazy. And I've got a little bit of that gene. So thank you for that. And, I'm
little
grateful.
Crazy's good.
Yeah, he had a lot of crazy.
Okay.
My dad had a lot of crazy, and I got a little bit of that. So I have his temper. I have his don't give two F's, but I bring it back. Because I got a little bit of my mama too.
Can you play that card when you want, or does it just come out?
It just comes out, which is really bad. But I say sorry after the damage is done, and sometimes it holds and sometimes it doesn't. But yeah, I'm learning to control that. So there you go. Happy Father's Day to all of the wonderful fathers that are out there. Big shout out to Carl and my baby daddy. Happy Father's Day to Mo, who is lost tons of weight because he's trying to get healthy, but
60 going on 70, 60 headed towards 70, right?
Yeah, towards 70. So
Wow.
happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Thank you for tuning in this morning. We really appreciate all of you. Thank you to Mena and Nainoa who are holding it down for us. So we will see you next Sunday at 10ish. We're 10ish, we're Fabi. It's okay. You'll live.
10.
It's around
somewhere
10.
in the morning.
Yeah, somewhere in the morning. So thank you for tuning in. Check us out next Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, whenever you see us. Just have patience. Come back to Faika with us.
Love y'all.
Sweet and love, dominates on your microphone. Falling in love. Y'all ready for this? Falling in love. Yeah, I've been up and down, trying to find my way. Failing relationships seem to be my thing. Now I'm giving up, I don't wanna cry, 'cause everyone might be playing with my mind. Tell me, mommy, why are you so mysterious? What's so different, beautiful, so innocent? Straight up, you be my flavor, baby. Be real, pretty woman, just don't face me. Sweet in love, won't you give me a chance tonight? Falling in love, I'm with